I think is big bags. Big bags busting out the Bentley Bentayga is Balenciaga, or is it Big Benz busting? No, it can't be Big Benz busting out the Bentley Bentayga. It has to be big bags busting out the Bentley Bentayga. Big bags busting out the Bentley Bentayga. I think that's what it is, right? Shy. Big bags busting out the Bentley Bentayga. Go ahead, run that real quick, y'all. So when we are showing up in the world with all these rules on, what femininity is, I think I said this in my book and I've said this in plenty of my videos. The blanket word femininity, people are misusing that for class, a woman who shows up with a level of class, okay? A woman whose behavior is rooted in a sense of decorum, okay? Decorum and class and etiquette. Those are things that are expressing femininity. Do you understand that? When people tell you that you don't cross your legs the right way or you're not sitting properly, those are all etiquette ideas, okay? When it comes to femininity, it is about the natural essence of a woman using all of her divine feminine traits, okay? Those things are an aspect of femininity, but they are not solely femininity. And you guys have heard me say this before. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get right into this video. I want you to pay attention. There's two parts, okay? It is the beautiful Pam Grier. There's two parts. I'm going to show you what subtle femininity looks like, okay? And it has nothing to do with a pink dress, a $500 bottle of perfume, okay? A fake softened accent that you haven't quite developed just yet. I want you to pay attention to this woman being solely herself, and she's doing it in such a feminine way. Go ahead.
Also, get this, ladies and gentlemen, just nominated for a Golden Globe Award as Best Actress in a Comedy or a Musical, so we are doubly pleased to have her on this little old broadcast this evening. Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Q.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Q.
you, Q.
Hey, what do you call him?
QT.
Oh, man, that's not bad. She was also, get this, ladies and gentlemen, just nominated for a Golden Globe Award as Best Actress in a Comedy or a Musical, so we are doubly pleased to have her on this little old broadcast this evening. Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Q.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you, Q.
Hey, what do you call him?
QT.
Oh, man, that's not bad.
So I'm not going to tell you to ditch all that you've learned. I'm just going to ask that you widen your scope. I want you guys to come with me on this journey, okay? On this channel is a journey. I'm going to show you examples of what it looks like in the real world, okay? I'm going to teach you. My books are going to teach you. Remember what I said? My books are the huts. My books are our way of going back. But also these videos, they're real. At the beginning of the video, I did a little intro and I said, big bags busting out the Bentley Bentayga, all right? And so, is that not feminine? To know that song, big bags busting out the Bentley Bentayga, it's Balenciaga, Cardi, and you know we get it up. That can be seen or interpreted as a woman, especially if I was to get out there and dance it, because listen, I'm a B-girl by heart, okay? Yes, I can still dance and I get down, okay? But that doesn't take away from the fact that I am still a lady, okay? I'm still a lady. You can take me to the mayor's ball, but you can also take me to your project friends or your projects, family that lives in the projects, because that's where I'm from. So there's a part of you that needs to be rooted, okay? And you don't want to be so much of a facade that people are afraid to reach into you, especially men, because men can smell it a mile away. They can smell it a mile away. And then you wonder why you're this beautiful, studious woman in this room full of men, but they are all afraid to approach you. And that's because you failed to do this. Watch this video and we'll be right back.
I'm Isabel.
Check out the eye contact and the turn of the head. She introduced herself and then she turned away.
That's too bad. Because you see, I happen to think there's an explanation.
This woman is exuding femininity. Look how soft, but look at her eyes. Look at her mouth. Look how she's looking at him. She intentionally lowered her tone.
Beyond reason, beyond all logic, that brought you right to this very spot at the exact same time that I showed up at this very spot.
You do?
Absolutely.
And why would fate go to all that trouble?
In that video, I pointed, and I'm glad I'm using the arrow so you guys can see the subtleness of femininity. It's about the facial expressions. It's not about just what you look like. Is how you invite the other person into your world. How do you invite the other person into your world? I taught you about that when I talked about Lori Harvey and how she was speaking to Jay-Z, how she was locked in with the eyes, and how he could not escape it if he wanted to, how he was interested. That's exactly what this young lady did in this movie clip. By the way, this movie clip was full of feminine. Listen, I wanted to crop the whole movie and subtle gestures because you guys know I study behavior, the movements of the woman's body. And there was I was running out of notes. There's so many. I just wanted to completely put the whole movie on. I can break down what I'm seeing in this movie, but this movie was the ultimate lesson for femininity on what it shows up, what it looks like. She was completely herself. She was funny, she was witty, she was silly, she was lofty, she was all of these different things, but the one thing she never failed to be was authentic. She never failed to be authentic. So you have to be able to woven or weave. How do you say that? That you have to be able to weave your personality through all of these new things you're learning. And what I am really trying to teach women is how to learn, how to master how to master themselves. How to master yourself so when you show up to the world, you show up authentically you, and you become the master of this thing that we call seduction. And truly what seduction really is that you believing first off what it is, the message you're trying to send. You can't seduce anyone if you don't believe you're beautiful. You cannot seduce anyone if you don't believe in what you're saying. This is what I mean when that clip where she literally told him about the moment of destiny, right? And how she was explaining how, this moment right here. So you're telling me you don't believe that this moment here was destined? And when she said that there was an influx in her voice, that this moment was destined, she lowered her tone to invite him in. If you want to push someone away, go ahead and yell and scream and raise your volume. Because when you raise your volume, you push people away. You see? It's I was going to say it's biology, right? It is the matter into which humans have evolved, a way of communicating. But when you start to communicate in a way that you want to invite people into your space, you begin to lower your tone. You soften your vocal cords. And you allow the words to roll out. That is inviting. Men want to be invited into your world. They want to be invited into your world. And as always, we are reading from my new book, The Return of the Divine Feminine, available on Amazon.com. I want to show you the difference between both the masculine and feminine energies here. We're reading from the chapter called Feminine Power. And here, as we're looking at the masculine side of things, exerted energy, we can see that that means to bring forth action, force, effort, strength, brawn, toughness, and sturdiness. On the feminine side of things, that's to send forth passivity, emission, spontaneity, feebleness, frailness, tender, and fluid. The key here is to understand that it doesn't necessarily mean that we are weaker. It means we are complementary. Invite
them in.
So if you can learn anything from this video today, dear heart, I want you to learn this. Everything that you want is within your reach, okay? You're a woman that is powerful by itself. All you need is to learn how to control your facial expressions, how to control what it is that you're trying to say, how to communicate effectively, especially to the opposite mate. To the opposite sex, excuse me, especially to the opposite sex. So what I want you to do is I'm going to read this part of my book, okay? And this part of my book is going to explain to you what I.
The greatest lesson you'll learn in this book is that femininity or feminine power is not what you do or how you act in front of a man. It's who you are when no one's watching. Feminine power is who you are to yourself and to other people, men included. So skip the pink dress and the melodramatic softening of your voice like I'm doing now. Anyhow, this book is available on Amazon.com. It's called The Return of the Divine Feminine. Remember, it's what you do when no one's watching.
It's not the makeup. You know, it's the way, your eye moves up and down, or the way your cheek moves. Sometimes the subtleness of a woman can cause a man to fall in love. This is going to sound like a crazy story, but I'll never forget. Someone said to me they like the way my thumbs look fat. I'm like, that my thumbs look fat? I never knew my thumbs look fat. I do have short fingers because I'm a short woman, 5 foot even. But said, I love the way your thumbs look. And, really completely was attracted to my thumbs, the way my thumb looked. And I'm like, oh, my thumb is really short. It's like, it's little and it's pudge. But that's what he found attractive. Another one found my feet attractive. You got the smallest little feet. They're like little toys. I got told that by a stranger. I was actually at a sneaker store trying on some sneakers, and I was trying on some green and white dunks, okay? Because me and my son was going somewhere, and we were both going to get both green and white dunks. And I had them on, and the guy was walking by. He was like, "You got the cutest feet. Look how cute her feet are. They're tiny." And then he told the other guy, look how, he's like, well, what size you wear? I was like, I wear 3. And he was like, you wear 3? I said, well, these are boys. So I wear 3 and boys. So it's not, I wear 6 and women. And he was like, no, they're so cute. And they were laughing about how cute it was. But I didn't really know that that was a thing. And then when he walked by, he was like, are you married? If you don't mind me asking, are you married? And I was like, unfortunately, yes. He was like, damn, you got some cute feet, man. And he walked out. But even though I was not, I wasn't looking for a man or wasn't trying to attract a man, I was generally in a shoe store, minding my business, putting on some sneakers, and my feet caught the eye of someone. So it could be your feet, it could be your thumbs, it could be the way you hold your purse, it could be the way that you're walking. In the Marjorie Harvey video, I told you that what was it about her when she walked in that comedy club? It could have been the way she walked in that comedy club. So please, when you are watching these femininity videos, how to be feminine, how to be this, how to be that, remember most importantly that authenticity is what matters. People feel it. People feel it. And don't forget to be a personality. Don't get so wrapped up in all the rules of femininity that you forget to have a personality. Having a personality is big bags, bucks, and not the Bentley Bentayga. It's Balenciaga, Cardi, and you know it, get it up. So I'm alive and I'm well. I'm alive. I'm not dead. I'm not wrapped up in this, oh, I gotta be so classy that I don't find joy in that kind of music. What? That's not real life. Men want real women. Maybe that'll be the title. Men want real women. Period. And if you don't want a man, then that's great. And if you don't, this is not about whether or not you are living your life for the purpose of a man. This video is specifically for women who are seeking to find a mate, want to get married, want to find out how in fact they do that. If in fact that's not you and it doesn't apply, then let it fly. But for all the rest of us girls who really like being this part of womanhood, or we enjoy this, let us learn, okay? But do not forget to be a personality. Don't be so stush, you know? Don't be so stush. You could be classy and still have a personality. I don't know what this thing is about, the stushiness. I listen to me. I went to this very fancy restaurant, okay? It was in Greensboro. What's the name of that restaurant actually? It's attached to a hotel. It's what is it called? Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. They have weddings there. I can't think of the name of it, but it's a beautiful hotel with a beautiful restaurant downstairs. So I was downstairs by myself getting breakfast, and I was dressed up on the top, but on the bottom, I had on a size 8 Crocs. They weren't mine, okay? And I had, I was walking, I was smelling amazing, I was looking amazing until you got down to the bottom. You're like, what the hell is going on down there? But I was in my hotel, but the restaurant was downstairs. So I go to get breakfast, and across from me is this table of looked like pastors or ministers. I could tell by the women's hairdress that they were from church, and it was Sunday. And so I walk in and I'm like, hello, because they were looking. So if you're looking, I want to say hi. I'm like, hi. So I'm walking and I'm like, hi, good morning, because I see them looking. And so I noticed that all of the gentlemen at the table were locked in, right? Because they hadn't saw my feet just yet. They only saw the top, and I was happy. I was smiling. I said good morning, hi, because they were looking, and I was sitting opposite of them, and so I'm getting my breakfast. I'm having my tea, and so I see everybody just keeps looking, and so I looked down at my shoe because one guy was looking over. He wasn't with anyone. He was the one on the end, and so I looked down at my shoe, and I held my shoe up a little bit, and I looked at him, and I said, terrible, right? And so he started laughing at the other table because that's what having a personality is about, right? Is understanding that, yeah, you look good from the top, honey, but when I got down to there, that was terrible. But having fun with it is, it's about being alive and not being so stush. You don't want people to be in your space because you're this classy woman. You're so classy. But you avoid a personality. You avoid a fun. There's no fun when I'm with you. You're stush. You're so stush. You're so stush. You can be um, a beautiful, attractive woman, but you can still have personality. You can still have personality. It doesn't mean that you are, that you're so, you're so high and mighty that you can't have a good laugh. No, darling, have a good laugh. You're alive. That's what makes Marjorie Harvey a really interesting jewel, because she can smile, she can laugh, but boy, she can put it on, okay? So she is very well balanced, and that's what I want to teach women, is that you have to be well balanced. You're not going to be so 100% classy all the time that you isolate people from you, okay? Your job is to invite people into your life. That's what you want to do, right? Invite them in. And how do you invite them in? Have fun, and you can still be classy while doing it. You can still be classy while saying, big bags busting at the Bentley Bentayga. Until next time, guys, I want you to be inspired, be empowered, and be well. Bye.